Yo, what's good, YouTube? We are back with another video. Today is the 3rd of March. It's a Tuesday, so let's just hop right into it. Hope everybody's doing good. And yeah, so today, no news Tuesday. So we're gonna do everything we do normally. Start on the 4 hour, and we're just gonna hop right into it. So looks like we started to get that sell off after rebalancing. Um, didn't necessarily take any highs. So we did sweep this high. Did not sweep it on ES. So we know we have an SMT up here. No buy side was swept. With an SMT. So it's not swept on ES. Bam. Just like that. Alright. We put in a 4 hour change in this date. That's one thing just to recognize. So we put in a 4 hour change, right? To then possibly seek a lower. We did not take the slow out on NQ, but I think we did on ES. So we did take this low out on ES, right? So sell side liquidity was swept with an SMT, and just gotta note that because NQ has yet to take it out, but we also have to remember 4 hour SMT. I'm not a 4 hour SMT, 4 hour change, but we have yet to take out sell side. So we're kind of just like in a little predicament here, where anything can really happen, and now this is where you gotta really zoom in. So we know we got a 4 hour here, wide open. Mark that out. We know we got a 4 hour right there as well. I'll mark this out. Possibly see, a push back up inside of it. EQ of this move with the SMT, possibly if we do want to rebalance, it'll rebalance to the inverse and towards that 4 hour gap right there as well. So got those marked out. But we're gonna mark the same thing out on ES. We inversed every single gap too, straight legs down. So just one thing to recognize coming into the day. So we're gonna jump now to the 1 hour. Got a lot of 4 hour confluences today. Boom, we get a pull right back to the change. And then yeah, so right now we're inside of a 1 hour fair value gap. And I just want to see how we displace out of this. What do we do? Like, do we just we know we have external. So let me just mark out external sell side too, because we know we got deeper sell side levels than just that one. But this one over here is yet to be taken. I mean, it's already taken, my fault. So in my opinion right now, we're just looking a little bullish, but there has to be a reason we want to return price back up into these gaps and rebalance right now. So we put in this 1 hour this 30-minute change. We're back at it right now. So it's a lot going on right now. Simply just gonna keep on charting, marking everything out, and building confidence through price action, because you never like truly know what's gonna actually happen until you just mark everything out. For our change on ES as well. So that's the only thing that kind of has me like, all right, where do we want to go lower? Do we want to go higher? Put a 4 hour change in. Possibly put this change in, rebalance higher, then to go lower again. So everything has its like, it's like pros and cons at that moment only because of what we put in. Like we swept out sell side, put an SMT in. So like that's the only reason why it has me thinking, you know. But it's nothing to like overthink. You know, when you're marking everything out coming into the day, it's never something to overthink. It's never something that you just, you know, you get stuck on. Like you just continue to keep marking everything out and you just continue on. You mark out everything, and the reason why you just keep going is because as you continue dropping down the time frames, you'll realize like you'll realize simply that the more you continue to chart and the more you continue to keep looking and you keep on gaining a bias, you will, you know, have a better understanding. You know, market open comes, boom, you understand exactly what you want to see. So right now we opened up a 15-minute, we filled it, and then we're continuing to displace. So and we're about to put in a 15-minute change in the state. We already put the 15-minute change in on ES and we did not tap the gap. So we have S&T right there as well. So 15-minute change gets put in, possibly to seek a lower. Um, only thing I'm just like want to see is, you know, where's our daily targets at? Because like it looks like if that's what the case is, we already took out these lows and all that, then looks like we're hunting lower. Top of that gap, possibly. We got daily fair value gap right there. Only reason it's a fair value gap is this imbalance. Connecting this, you have to connect it from where the imbalance starts and then to the third wick. So we got sell side resting at that gap. So that's one thing, you know, I want to leave open and note. But yeah, other than that, just gonna let price action just continue just to pour out. We'll probably start, yeah, like if you look on the 5-minute, we're just chopping around here. So we put this 15-minute change in. I want to know, and I want to see if, you know, NQ wants to put this change in as well. Yeah, just been chopping. It's not really, you know, crazy. So I just like to watch higher time frame coming into the market open. I really like to watch the higher time frame because it'll determine where the market, you know, does want to go. So no 1 hour change, no 30-minute change that's gonna get put in yet. That's gonna happen probably later if we do. But um this 15-minute change getting put in is nice. So it gets put in, pull right back to it, and you know we're inside of that gap again. So again, like I said, I like lower. I do like to seek lower in this. Um, just where we're at though, like you know, it's not a whole bunch of you know, it is on MQ, but it's not on ES. It's not a whole bunch of generated. So also just don't want to have my chart, you know, too like you know everything marked out. So I don't want it too crazy. If we want to go lower, this 15-minute holds, we tap the change, and boom, we seek lower out of this. So don't tap the change on here either. So again, like I said, I'm just going to be waiting, watching. So we know, like, taking out this low, honestly, both of these lows, we gotta take out both of these lows for, no bullish SMT to actually be in the market at the moment. Jump to the 4 hour and go like this and look where this lines up. Like this low's back there. So it really just is this one actually. So this low getting taken out on NQ, stops the SMT from like being like actually in the market, because then they'll both be swept. Damn, bro. Yeah, so I mean, like this SMT getting put in, we saw that buy side, put a bearish SMT in to then take out, this low, then finally, obviously for yes, to take out the actual draw, took out a draw, took out this low as well. So in my, what I'm seeing and from my price action, point of view, I'm looking at like, all right, where this SMT is valid once we take out that low. Once it gets taken out, it's like, all right, cool. It's in the market, but I'm not like too worried about it. It already did its job. So, we got highs here, we got a high here, 4 hour, 2 4 hours. So I'm looking for, I'm not saying I'm straight bullish, but I'm looking for, some form of long, to play out here. Just based upon what price looks like, you can draw this here to here. Like look where EQ lines up. 30-minute, right inside of a 30-minute, 1 hour. Wouldn't doubt it. Like 4 hour. Right below, it's right below this. So like just based upon, and obviously bullish SMT too, So I'm looking for a move lower to then, obviously go higher. So like if this 15-minute change gets put in and nothing happens, then it doesn't matter. But it's just a good thing to note. Mark it out. It's there. No news again. So we're just really waiting today. Today could be one of those days. Nothing happens and excuse me, you're off. You're straight off. So I'm gonna be back in like probably like a minute or two. All right. So we're back. Notice ES not tapping this change, and we're back at this change again. Inside of this fair value gap, yet to go inside of this inverse though. No specific high. So I want to see what ES does when we get to this change. if we even do. So we're starting to get those legs. But again, just patient. We're just waiting. So yeah, we're starting to get these legs. Yes, now tap to change and inside of that gap. So again, if we want to go lower, this gap should hold and start to get that sell off back into the range down here. But if we want to go higher, this gap fails, does not hold. So boom, starting to look like we're gonna run this gap. Next 5 minutes will show that. So we did fill this 5 minute up here. Looks like we're starting to respect. So it feels like the market's all over the place. And when it feels like that, you just do nothing. Don't worry. Because if you do nothing, nothing happens. And like I will always say the best thing is, one, just recognizing when, price is not, it's just not aligning up yet. And that's perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. You could always just be patient. Higher time frame, keep looking at it. The market is always trying to tell you something, even if it's telling you to just walk away. So when we fill this 30 minute, right? That's where my eyes are gonna be though. Fill that 30 minute. We don't fill it here. We've been respecting bearish, put in a change in the state, filled that 1 hour, right? Already filled this 1 hour. Started the rebalance, filled this 30 minute. Did not put no type of change on the 30 minute, but we inversed and invalidated the bullish gap. So we're just disrespecting bearish. So we're just gonna see what we do here. A lot can happen here. Even when the market opens, I want to give it a second. I want to be patient. I want to wait. I truly just want to, be patient, practice good habits, and not, come into the market trying to find a trade, but, just let the market tell me. So, yeah, we're right here. We're just resting at this, and this is why I do like to watch, the 15 minute, sometimes the 30 minute, if there is like, a reason to watch it, sometimes the 5 minute, but mainly like the 15 and the 30 minute, just coming into market open. Just leave my screen like this because, like, you'll see what this candle does. You can see, like, what the next 30 minutes would do. I get on at 9, so if I get on at 9 and I watch this one candle for, 30 minutes, even these two candles for 30 minutes, it should tell me, a lot that I need to know. Because if we have a gap here and it doesn't hold and where price action is bearish and this doesn't hold, then, over those 15 minutes, I can now zoom down and start seeing what price really did look like, since 9 o'clock. So it does help me, and not seeing all this for every single minute, like, like, you're not trying to jump nothing because nothing is happening right there. So I really think that's another important thing to start watching is like the higher time frame. So it is just my opinion. I put on some deodorant real quick. I was like that. Should just be smelling tough. So there we go. So it looks like we're gonna respect both of these gaps. I do want to see what this does. Looks like we are going to invalidate that gap, but we did not on yes. So gonna pause this real quick. Just sit through this. So boom, this gap is gonna get invalidated. And then pullback was something. So so 9:30 open. Still holding this gap. Not holding this one yet, but we still are holding this one on ES. So back at that change now. Take the high to the left of us. Don't take it on ES. So we take this high right here. We know we did not take it on ES. So I do want to see some, manipulation. Run back higher, but Fill that 30-second real quick. $30 gets filled. 1 minute candle does open up. 1 minute gap opens up too. So we're gonna just leave that rock right there. So I'm gonna get rid of that change. Nothing happened there. Gonna get rid of this change too. So we take that high to the left of us and here, and we fill inside of that 30-minute. And we're back at the change as well. So I'm really just gonna watch here. So we're resting at a 4-hour change in the state. Got generated lows in the market too. We do have a reason to go back lower. So yeah, that's what it looks like right now. Just letting price action, continue our bias. Gonna jump to this 1 minute here. So it's the same thing. I want to see, okay, so price does tap into this 1 minute right here. Boom. We do not touch it on NQ. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. So really just watching right now. Starting to look like we want to get back lower, possibly get through this 1 minute. We get through this 1 minute, right? We don't have a 3 minute. 3 minute possibly could be opening up here. I want to see if we want to get through this 1 minute though. If we get through it, as well as putting in a change, could possibly look to go short here. But I do want to see us get through it first. ES is starting to get through. That means this 30-minute would start to hold if we get through here and put in a change. Now I want to see a change get put in. Inverse to 1 minute. I'm going to put my stop up here. I'm looking to just see a follow through with this change in the state. ES did put the change in, so I am confident that NQ will keep up. Stop is above this 1 minute. I'm gonna buy back one. There we go. Risk was just a little, just a little too much there, and simply just gonna mark this out real quick. The leg area. Breaking it right there. Targeting the 2. Damn, so we're stopped just like that. Clean. So NQ did not put in the change. And that's something I just have to note, and just really, really wait for that because that's all that happened here. NQ doesn't put in a change, and ES does. We pull all the way back up, rip, and then get stopped out. So, yeah, that's really all that happens there. That's really it. Like, we just don't put the change in yet. 30-second does get put in, but if you look, like, it's not like it's not a lot of displacement. So we do invalidate the 1 minute. Um, buy side was taken. We're at a 4-hour change. Invalidate the 1 minute, and we start to see lower. So right here, 2 minute is holding. We're gonna look to see if this internal high wants to get taken as well. We know we have an SMT, so simply just waiting here. So boom, rebalance. We hold the two. We hold this 2 minute. 30 minute is starting to get invalidated. Gonna buy two here. I'm gonna stop loss out here. Gonna put it at that change. Simply just gonna target here. Target this 4-hour. It's wide open. Putting a change in the state on ES as well as NQ. So we're just gonna start seeking higher here. 2 minute should be opening up as well the next minute. Whole bunch of just generated highs put in the market as well. Just gonna look for them to get ran. So 1 minute is gonna get filled here. I want to see this 1 minute stay open though. So meaning it gets not stay open. I want to see it just hold. I don't want to see this 1 minute get ran. So it looks like we're gonna get stopped here. So boom, we're stopped. That's gonna be it on the day. I'm not really gonna push our limits. Nah, not looking for that. Yeah, honestly, we're trying to see that here, but we run this 1 minute as well. Put a change in. We long. That's gonna be pretty much it on the day. Um, looks like we're starting to get that displacement move now to the downside. Just unfortunate we took the loss here. Like if there's something on the lower time frame, possibly could take it, but honestly, just nothing at the moment. Fill this 1 minute, pull back to the change. I feel like anything in this position right now can happen. We don't take buy side yet, so that's another thing. Like, still have this bearish SMT. Putting a 15-second change right there. So I'm really just watching right now. Just unfortunate. Yeah. Just playing around at this this change right here. I'll put my stop loss right here. Tight ass stop. One more stab. Stop's gonna stay right there. Take out this internal low right here. I'm gonna go break even. We're just gonna look for a continuation lower. As soon as this low right here gets tapped though, we'll go break even. But that's gonna be the last, stab of the day. We're just running these gaps though to the left of us. So like if we were bullish here, we would hold already. And that's kind of what made me want to enter this last trade. It looks like we're gonna put in a change too. So like I said, as soon as this low right here to the left of us gets taken, I'm gonna go break even. Looks like we already took it on ES too. So we're looking for ES to get down to the sell side level and down into this daily fair value gap. So just not trying to do too much. 2 minute does open up. We do put a 2 minute change in as well, right here. Pulled back to it. Just want to seek lower from this point on. We're just going to be targeting sell side like normally. Buy two. Put that 2 minute change here as well. You have to take that low. But I do want to start seeing some expansion. Pull back to the change. Inside this 2 minute as well, we just fill it. We run higher here, then obviously we're just going to be done. So it's kind of what it's looking like. Don't take out this low on NQ. So yeah, it's going to be it on the day. Yeah, that's pretty much it though. So really just wonky. I mean, PA is always gonna be price action at the end of the day. So just gotta, sit with that. Come back tomorrow. No need to try to do it all today, It's never gonna happen. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it. Just like damn, like just the way that shit plays out, bro. I'm telling you, that shit sometimes just like you're never gonna get what you want, right? So that's why you gotta always just be, okay with it. And at the end of the day, just learn to walk away. Because at the end of the day, like you can get emotional, you can get, upset. You can try, try to make that loss back. You can try to do whatever, but at the end of the day, you know, price action is just gonna be price action. The market's gonna do what it wants to do. The market can, sell off. Oh shit, I'm getting rid of that. The market can sell off, and it can go without me, and I'm not gonna worry about that shit. So, I took my screenshot. Cool. Gonna journal this out. Um, but that's gonna wrap it up. Appreciate you guys for watching. We will be back tomorrow. So, till next time.